Okay, well, fireworks. Sorry, our neighbors are doing fireworks right now. Dude, my neighbors only can. Why? Why is there? How many fireworks do they have? Are they out? No? They just have more and more. How do they have so many fireworks? Okay, I think they're done, finally. Okay. Anyways. So, I'm playing Undertale Fight for Love, and I am going to be showing you every single character. So, the first character is Toriel. I'm pretty sure they can only be obtained by spinning. One spin is 100 coins, or 100 coins, or you can go somewhere else in-game and buy it for 90 coins. Muffet, same deal. You can only get them from the spinner. But Papyrus, you can go to Snowden and buy him for 35 coins. I will show you that once I go through this list. Undyne, again, I'm pretty sure you can only get them by the spinner. Okay, Asgore. I'm pretty sure you can get Asgore by trading in Waterfall at the Chem Shop. You can trade stuff, and I'm pretty sure that 10 or 15 Toriels turns into an Asgore. So if you have a lot of Toriels, you can get an Asgore. Metaton, again, you can only get it by spinning. Flowey, I also believe you can only get by spinning. Sands you can get by spinning, or you can get it by trading at the Chem Shop. 15 papyruses give you a Sands. Kara, you can spin for them, or you can get, I think it's 2 or 3 frisks, turn into a Kara. There's Azrael, which you can either spin for it, or it's like 3 to 5 Flowies. And then there's Frisk, which you can either spin for it, or like 2 or 3 Karas turn into a Frisk, so you can change between them. And then there's Gaster. Gaster is a pain to get. He is the rarest spin, but you can make him, you can trade for him. It's like 15 Sanses, which 1 Sans is 15 papyruses. But anyways, that is all the ones on this list. I'm going to show you just the list. So I have everything except Kara and Frisk. But there are also special characters. Like Glitchtail Frisk, Sudden Changes, Dust Trust, stuff like that. So, Glitchtail Frisk. In order to get Glitchtail Frisk, you need to go to the core, and then Burger Pants, his shop. You can trade 5 regular Frisks. You can trade 5 regular Frisks, and it gives you 1 Glitchtail Frisk. Sudden Changes, this is an event. It is gone. You cannot get it. Dust Trust Sands. You need the badge for the end, and in order to get that badge, you need level 100, or love 100. And then after that, you can go to a special area, and in that special area, you can craft Dust Trust for 3 Gasters. And then there's Disbelief Papyrus. This one was recently added. Disbelief, in order to get him, Well, I don't know. I don't actually know where you craft him. It might be in Error Sans' shop, but I don't know because that takes 2 resets. I only have 1. But anyways, I believe in order to craft him, you need like 5 sands and I think a gaster. I can't remember exactly. It's very possible that I'm wrong. Next is X Kara, which I have. It's 3 Kara, but you need a reset, and then you need to come over here and buy it from Ink Sands for 3 Kara. And then there's one more. And that is Fatal Error. Fatal Error is hard to get, and I mean hard. You need 2 resets, so I'm pretty sure it's Error Sans' shop. And then you need to get 5 gasters. Getting even 1 gaster is really hard. But anyways, that is how you get every character in the game except Zio, Zaruto, and Zuffy, which are game passes. And I know it's not actually this. The game passes are called Dio, Naruto, and Luffy. But I'll show you some of the more powerful characters, except for Frisk and Kara, of course. First is Flowey. Flowey is pretty good. So if you press R, you will grapple with a vine. It lets you move really fast around the map. I believe you can go faster than even Sans, Gaster, or X Kara with their teleports. Okay, so I'm actually going to go. Oh, I think it's in here. Oh, level 40. Wait, no. Arena, right here. Arena. I'm on a private server, so nobody is here. Oh. Huh. Anyways. So apparently, if you press E, you fire a friendly. Oh, yeah. So E is just a friendliness pellet. That's. Okay. So E is a regular friendliness pellet. It does 3 damage, fairly low cooldown. Then there's Z, which fires 3 friendliness pellets. Medium cooldown. They do the same amount of damage as the regular E attack, but there's 3 of them. And it has a bunch of different configurations it can go in. The best one is probably the one where it just shoots all of them in a line, but it also has one where it shoots all of them in 3 different directions in front of you, and then that one where all 3 of them go at once. Next is X. It targets the nearest enemy and sends a circle of friendliness pellets at them. All the friendliness pellets do the same amount of damage. I didn't see how many were there. Let's see. Oh, I think that's like, I don't know, like 5, 6, probably 6. Next is the C ability, which Flowey does not have. But then you can unlock their next phase, and then by doing !P in the chat, you pull out the souls, absorb them, and become Photoshop Flowey. You are an idiot. And everything goes red. This is just a thing with transforming into Photoshop Flowey. It plays new music, and then you get new attacks. E is vines. 3 vines that go towards them. They do 1 damage each, so it does 3 damage. Z, I accidentally moved. Huh. Oh. It is hard to tell what enemy you will target. Okay, Z. Sends vines and then sends saw blades at them. Each saw blade does like 1 to 2 damage. And there's, I think, like 6 saw blades, something like that. X. It rains bombs from the sky. Each bomb does 2 damage, and it happens like 7 times, I would say. C is the soul attack. It just attacks them with all the souls. And you can still grapple in your second form. So that is Flowey and Omega Flowey. Next character. Okay, the next character is Sans. So, Sans has an R ability. And whenever you press R, you teleport. It does have a cooldown, and it does, honestly, it does have a very short range. But that means Sans is probably the first character you will get that is able to fight Gaster. Because in order to fight Gaster, you have to get past this wall. I don't know if there's a regular way to get past it, but what I do is there's a crack right here. So you can just teleport through with any character that can teleport. You do need to be level 7, though. And then you can just teleport back out. Let me go to over here and over to the arena. Now let me show you Sans' attacks. First attack is E, it just shoots a blaster that gives them karma and does 2 damage per tick, and it does it like 4 ticks. Let's see, 1, 2. It only does 2 ticks actually. So 4 damage plus karma. Z fires a bunch of bones that do. It fires 5 bones that do 2 damage each. Oh wait, it might only be 4. Yeah, I think it's only 4. Next is X. You send a single bone wall towards them. Then there's C, which you grab them and then throw them. It's pretty simple. I'm gonna kill him, see if he moves back, and he does. So Sans has this unique mechanic where he has 1 HP, but he dodges. If you get hit, you take no damage. And then he has another phase. It's a fairly long cutscene, so you have to wait through it. Listen, friendship, let's quit fighting. It just skips part of it. Guess you like doing things the hard way, huh? I know my Sans voice isn't the best, but eh. So then, once you go into phase 2, all your attacks change, and also your eye glows. You also lose 1 dodge out of your 40 dodges when you go into your second phase. And you do not regain dodges in your second phase, so I would recommend instantly going into your second phase right when you spawn. E ability is the same, but it hits more often, so I think it does 2 extra damage. Next is Z. Nearest enemy gets 4 blasters aimed at them. It's simple. 10-second cooldown. Next is X. It is 3 bone walls that go towards the enemy. And yeah, C is your ultimate ability. And it just selects 1 enemy and starts smacking that enemy around in a box. And then the final attack is the Blaster Circle. He has 0 HP. There we go. So yeah, that is Sans. Next character. Okay, the next character is Azrael. Okay, here I am. As you can see, you're floating and you have a rainbow trail. Also, Azrael can also teleport. Azrael's first ability is E. It just throws a bunch of stars, and those stars explode into more stars. It also has a fairly good cooldown. It does it does 5 damage. And the first 2 stars do 1 damage, and then the last star does 3. Next ability is Z. It's Shocking Breaker. I did not actually see how much damage it did. But, okay, it does 3 damage, and then the last one does 5 damage. So it does 9 damage. Next ability is X. Okay, I should have been farther away. But you pull out the Chaos Saber, do a slash, the slash goes forward, and if it hits someone, you teleport to them and stab them in the back for 10 damage. Next ability is C. It is the gun, and it does a lot of damage, but big cooldown. Once you hit level 20, you can go into your second phase. Again, by putting exclamation mark T in the chat. It didn't work the first time. Hypergunner appears. I don't think that actually does damage. I think it's just a cutscene. Anyways, you then go into your second form. And Azrael is the only character that once you go into your second form, you can go out of your second form. Azrael is the only character that can do that. Okay, so E. E just shoots the things that Azrael does in the second form. Simple. Z is just a more powered up version. The second form is really simple. But then there's X. And this is exactly what you think it would be. It's the big laser beam. It does so much damage, it's ridiculous. Basically, anything will instantly die. But in order to get to that attack, you need to go to your second form. And then after that, you go back into your first form, and everything is the same. And also the none on your ability is a lie. Yeah, you can't go back into your second form. So yeah, that is Azrael. Okay, the next character is Gaster. Again, Gaster is so hard to get. Gaster has the most HP out of anyone else on the regular characters list. Gaster is so hard to get, but it is so worth it. He's also the only character on the last row of the regular characters that does not have. He's the only one that does not have a second phase. Anyways, he has a teleport, and then let's see his abilities. Ability E is just a blaster. It's the Sand Blaster, but it hits an extra time, but doesn't do karma. Z fires a black ball, and if it hits, it sticks him in place and then shoots him with a Gaster hand. X is the next ability. It spikes him and then smashes him. Does a lot of damage. And as you can see, the Z ability, it has a fairly decently low cooldown. And also, if you're up next to an enemy when you use X, it just immediately spikes them. But if you're out of range, you can see it actually does those 3 spikes. Next ability is C. It fires a slash, and then fires them with 2 hand blasters and a regular blaster. It does crazy damage. So yeah, that is Gaster. Gaster is very powerful. Also, Gaster is a very good character for killing Gaster. What a surprise. So that is every character on the first... That is... I can't talk. That is every character on the first page, aka the regular characters. But then there is one other character I can show you, and that is Crosscar. And when you spawn in, there is these IDs, player 1 and player 2 IDs. You can set, if you go into someone, just select a random player in the game, a person, and then go into their character and then select their player ID, and you can see that in the URL at the top. And just copy and paste that in, like I just did. And that is relevant for a later attack. So let me show you the attacks. If you press E, you just send a slash that does 4 damage. It's a very... I'm going to be honest, it's really bad. It does have a fairly low cooldown, but it only does 4 damage. Next is Z. You need to be close up for this one. You just stab him and throw him down and do 10 damage. It's a lot of damage. Next is X, which you just do a lot of damage. I didn't get to see how much damage it is, but it's a lot. It's also a melee attack, so you do have to be right up next to them. So Z is a melee attack, does 10 damage. They're at 49 HP. I'm going to use X. Now they're at 34 HP. So yeah, it does a lot of damage. So then, when you press X, instead of using another attack, you turn on the overwrite button. Using E with the overwrite button just kills you, but then using Z throws a bone forward. No idea how that didn't hit. But whoever, the player ID that you set when you became Xkara, it is related to that attack that I just tried to show you, but it didn't work. I'm just going to wait for the ability to come back. And as you can see, the overwrite button is its own ability. You have to wait for it to come back. Okay, so I'll try it again. There we go. It stabs them and then shoots them. And as you can see, whatever character ID you put in there, it then uses their character. Oh, I've got to use this fast. X. Overwrite X. I messed it up. I didn't do it in time. Now we have to wait. Sorry. I'll just stab him. Die. Okay. So I'll wait for him to respawn and then do overwrite X. So overwrite X is pretty simple. It shoots a big slash. It's very easy to hit them. And then you do this. You teleport away, and then you come back, and they take a lot of damage. I think that's 20 damage. And Xkara actually has a really good combo that you can do on basically any boss. So let me show you once my overwrite comes back. Okay, so the combo is EZX-CZX. EZX, and then CZ, and then wait, and then X. And this will kill almost any NPC that is not a boss. I believe the first NPCs that can live through that are the NPCs in the True Lab, and those take level 30. Another thing I need to show you is I am pressing R right now. The R is the teleport button, and as you can see, nothing is happening when I press R. That's because you can only teleport with Xkara when Overwrite is active. So once I activate Overwrite, I can teleport. But the teleport cooldown is long enough that you can only get one teleport out of each Overwrite, which honestly I think is kind of dumb. What is this? What is this area? This is just nothing. There's just nothing here. This area exists for no reason. I can't go up here, can I? Oh my god, I can go up here. I'm at the top of the world! Anyways, that is going to be the end of this video. In my next video probably won't be on this game, but it will have Dust Trust Sands. I will show you Dust Trust Sands. Because I don't have 3 Gasters yet, but by the time I upload my next video, I will have 3 Gasters. So I will see you then. Goodbye.